So I was watching the X Zone TV channel last night when I was abducted by aliens, and they kept repeating to me over and over again, simultv.com, simultv.com.
What's simultv.com?
That's what I asked them. They had it written on the side of their UFO.
How do you spell that?
UFO.
No, I mean simultv.com.
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 Right. simultv.com.
Interesting that you were abducted by aliens in a simultv.com UFO last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I remember now last night I was awakened from a deep sleep. My great-grandmother was standing there. She said she'd come from the hereafter to tell me about simultv.com. She even spelled it out for me. simultv.com, sonny boy.
simultv.com.
simultv.com, sonny boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll never guess what my psychic guru just told me.
simultv.com.
Exactly. Are you guys psychic too?
Of course.
We all know about simultv.com. simultv.com.
The X Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X Zone Radio Show or endorsed in any manner by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, the X Zone Broadcast Network, its affiliated networks, stations, employees, or advertisers.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And good evening, one and all, to the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell, and we're coming to you from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, on the Talkstar Radio Network, Mutual Broadcast Network, X Zone Broadcast Network, iHeartRadio, Simul Radio, and Simul TV. If you would like to send me an email, it's very simple, xzone at xzoneradiotv.com, on all social media sites, X Zone Radio TV. And if you'd like to find out what the broadcast schedule is on the X Zone Broadcast Network, just go to www.xzbn.net. And for the broadcast schedule of the X Zone TV channel on Simul TV, simultv.com. My guest this hour, X Zone Nation, is, let me see, Eric BICKERNICKS. Now, we're going to be talking to Eric about a number of things, including a dead guy. First of all, welcome to the show, Eric.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Good. A dead guy?
Yeah, that's a whole other separate website, basically. My own personal sort of spot to dump things.
Uh-huh.
And basically, if all goes well,
yeah.
Hopefully I'll be known as a dead guy for much longer than an alive guy. That's only if so I'm willing to let the joke play out. I don't know, for another 30 years. And then everybody will get the joke. So.
All right. I had to ask. I just had to ask. Tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, my friend.
Right. Well, basically, I wrote a book, which basically it should have been a film. Basically, I'm a frustrated filmmaker.
Aren't we all?
And yeah. And basically, so instead of trying to write a film script, because who's going to, read a film script, I thought I had a cool idea for a story and basically wrote it in novel form first.
Yeah.
Based on all sorts of true events within the UFO world, and I guess we'll get to that. Yeah, and basically at this point, I'm working on the film script, and yeah, who knows if the world will even care, but there, I got it down in book form first.
Hey, listen, we care. That's why you're on the show tonight.
Okay.
Hey, I also understand that you've had some success with funny novelty song compositions. Any that we would know?
Yeah, no, I was on Dr. Demento, which we're talking a while ago, right?
Oh, my God, Dr. Demento. Now, that is a while ago. You're showing your age, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, no, basically, I did a Ren and Stimpy takeoff. Basically, took a bunch of samples through some threw it over drumbeat. Like I
Right.
said, this is back in the day there. So yeah, and I got my Dr. Demento record and everything. So yeah, I guess that makes me
Excellent.
legit. I made it to the radio and got a BMI check for my efforts.
And,
20
and
bucks.
that also makes you famous. Come on, not everybody gets a BMI check.
Oh, my powers of obscurity, I think, are pretty darn strong here. So
You're interested in the paranormal now. How did that happen? Where does that fit in between, writing scripts, being part of the meatball football culture, or writing novelty song compositions, and getting a check for $20 from BMI?
there you go. Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, as another sci-fi nut.
No. We can't use that song anymore. It's
No.
politically incorrect. As a sci-fi enthusiast.
Okay. All right, wing that. Wing
Okay,
doesn't-
we can
wing
use that.
doesn't
All
work
right.
either.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, no, basically, I've seen all the movies. I've been following every single UFO, report.
Yeah.
And, even back in the 60s, I remember back, as a kid in the 60s, there were only like 12 UFO books out
Yeah.
there, and then from this point forward, we just,
You see, the best UFO stories were in Playboy.
yeah.
Well, that's what I kept on telling my father anyway.
Well, I like what they wrote in Playboy.
Uh-huh.
It pleased me too, So yeah, no, some good stuff. Yeah, so like I said, and I've just been following everything, and basically, so I'm basically kind of frustrated that no one ever has actually made a cool UFO movie. I mean, I'm not talking about Close Encounters and all that.
That was
But-
pretty cool.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it's more like along the lines of the Lone Gunman series, that spin-off from the X-Files.
Oh, yeah.
Which I was kind of disappointed. Like that would be cool. Like, the conspiracy theory guys, just have fun with it. No,
I think the X-Files as well have passed its
Right.
expiration date, and I think that people are like you. I agree with you. They're looking for something that has meat on the bones instead of instead of Mulder trying to get Scully
Right.
and the rest of it and his long-lost sister. Like, how long can you actually milk that scenario?
well, if there's money pouring out, I guess you just
Yeah.
keep looking, baby. Yeah, I guess.
But something. So, have you seen a UFO?
No. Well, yeah, I'm sure I've seen things, points of light in the sky in the distance where I'm sure a more hysterical person would go, oh my God, it's like, no, it's just a dot of light. Yeah, it's kind of odd,
Yeah.
but my mind certainly won't go, there. Certainly there's got to be another, answer for it.
What do you think
Just,
that answer
well,
is?
just for a little bit, hold on, I'm specifically a little tiny dot way in the, way in the distance here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Could be an
But there are
airplane. It
some
could
cool
be a
reports.
planet. Yeah.
So what? Go ahead.
I said it could be an airplane. It could be a planet.
Yeah.
It could be my ex-mother-in-law on her broom.
Yeah. But certainly there's other things that have, been reported, which, that's interesting. So, I'm only going to get excited on, some
Sure.
of the good, juicy reports that are out there.
Hey, let me ask you
the
something.
dots.
Let me ask you something. As a guy who's very media savvy, because you do videos and you do film production, why do you think in the year 2019 that we still haven't been able to photograph or film or video that conclusive smoking video of a UFO?
Well, you took the words out of my mouth. Because basically every single person has a camera in their pocket now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And certainly back in the 60s, I'm even thinking, let's go to Bigfoot.
Sure.
Every single person has a camera, in their pocket.
Yep.
Now, in like the Roger Patterson footage, okay, fine. He was looking for Bigfoot. He was loaded with a film camera on his horse in a bag, ready to go. So that's how he managed to do it. Fine, but right at this point, how do you not? How is he not being avoided? Filmed.
Well, you know what? The question with the Roger Patterson film that nobody's ever been able to answer is why or how did Roger Patterson know exactly where to go to film Bigfoot?
Apparently, well, from what I read, it was they had some footprint sightings, so he knew where to go. Allegedly, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. On that particular note, I guess here's my crackpot theory.
Okay.
Is all right. Let's say let's say Roger Patterson. Let's say the Patterson footage was faked, right? It was like, okay, it was a cowboy was able to make a suit back in '67 that looks like that.
But I think you're forgetting one very important aspect of Roger Patterson. He was known to embellish things.
Yes. Well, yeah. So my point is, okay, so let's use that as, okay, Bigfoot is fake, right? Patterson faked in '67.
Yeah.
Okay, so how come we have, so that proves anybody can come up with a Bigfoot outfit and then shoot footage like that.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Come on.
That's your proof. It can be done. A cowboy can do it.
Sure. Well, you know as well as I do that with CGI, you can create anything to make it look so lifelike that even if you shot something with a 4K camera, you show it, and people won't believe you anymore.
Right. Well, yeah, you can fake it.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not a proponent for Bigfoot. I'm just saying that.
I understand.
That's a logical argument.
Yeah.
That since everyone has a camera in their pocket, and here's some cool footage out there. Okay, there's a back, there's a shoulder of one sitting there. Yeah, it could be faked. Yeah. Okay.
But how come Patterson didn't ride his horse and go after the Bigfoot? I don't understand that.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
There's a plenty. You're right.
All right, listen, you and I have to take our first commercial break. Eric, Exo Nation, Eric BICKERNICKS is our special guest.
Right.
And he's written a book called A Dead Guy.
No, the book is called High Strangeness.
High Strangeness. Oh,
High Strangeness, yeah.
All right, so why did they send me this?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. The Dead Guy, stuff by Eric BICKERNICKS. The book's video and crackpot manifesto of author Eric BICKERNICKS. So, okay, there we go.
Yeah, the website is a crackpot manifesto. High Strangeness is a book about,
All right.
UFOs. Cool
Okay,
site.
and we're going to be talking on the other side of this break. You ready for this, Exo Nation? Cape Cod UFO. His website, www.capecodufo.com. This is the X-Zone. I am Rob McConnell, and we're coming to you from our broadcast center and studios in beautiful Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't forget, starting mid-February, I still don't have a date yet, the X-Zone TV show will be on Cable 14 throughout Hamilton. And starting later on in February, we're going to be on iLaunch Radio iLaunch TV, that's the X-Zone TV channel, throughout the United States and 50 international countries, and we're also going to be on Comcast. I'm Rob McConnell, and we'll be back talking about the Cape Cod UFO. Don't go away. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, join me, Rob McConnell, as together we'll investigate the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology here on the X-Zone Radio TV show on XZBN and the X-Zone TV channel on Simul TV. Since 1990, the X-Zone Radio TV show has been the place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. Together, we'll investigate UFOs, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, psychic phenomenon, lake monsters, conspiracy theories, government cover-ups, the truth embargo, alien abductions, ESP, haunted locations from around the world, and so much more. With over 28 years of broadcasting and more than 4,500 individual guests, the X-Zone is truly a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality, as evidenced by the credibility, integrity, and professionalism of the guests that we bring to our international audience. If you have seen a UFO, had a close encounter, seen a ghost, Bigfoot, lake monster, or a story that you would like to share or have investigated, contact me, Rob McConnell, by sending me your email to xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, or you can call toll-free 1-800-610-7035, extension 143, and on Skype, X-Zone Radio TV. For more information on the X-Zone Radio TV show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, visit www.xzoneradiotv.com or www.xzonetvchannel.com or simultv.com and xzbn.net. Until next we meet here in the X-Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, always remember, X-Zone Nation, Keep your eyes to the sky and your heart in the light.
It's hard to listen to the news without realizing we're living in volatile, unprecedented times. Yet never has there been such an opportunity to transform the human condition. As old structures fail, where can we find the guidance to co-create a better way? Find Your Path Home is an ever-evolving, leading-edge information, education, and healing resource center designed to support and guide you on your path to unity and enlightenment. Based on sound principles employed by shamans worldwide, we provide techniques that can support you through the current transitions, offering online shamanic classes, international long-distance shamanic healing sessions, complimentary Mission Evolution radio episodes and Stairway to Heaven TV vignettes, seminars, retreats, and much more. All of this can be found on findyourpathhome.com.
Ships of the line, ships of the morn. Some who wish they'd never been born, they are the ghosts of Cape Horn. Ballerella, riddle-de-rum, with a rim-dim-diddy and a rum-dum-dum. Sailing away at the break of dawn, they are the ghosts of Cape Horn.
All right, we didn't have anything for the Ghost of Cape Cod, so we had to use something, and Gordon Lightfoot was our first choice with the, Ghost of Cape Horn here on the X Zone, coming to you from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I'm Rob McConnell. My guest this hour is Eric BICKERNICKS, and the website www.capecodufo.com. Going through the information that you sent us, my first question is, who is Mel, and how did you get involved with him?
Mel. Well, Mel is the short for Melissa. Melissa's the character, a female reporter, newspaper reporter in the story. So, but yeah, she has uses the nickname Mel.
Alrighty. So, yeah. Melissa, I'm sorry if you're listening, even though you are fictional.
These are fictional characters, yes. Okay. So, well, technically, she could be listening upstairs. It is my wifey girlfriend basically helped me on those sections.
Your wife, your wife and your girlfriend?
Wifey girlfriend. Oh, yeah, married. Haven't been married. Been living with her for 22 years. The joke is I have a commitment problem.
Well, actually, if it works, don't fix it.
Yeah, precisely. There you go.
Okay, so tell us a bit about the UFO phenomenon in Cape Cod. Is that real, or is this made up as well?
Well, first off, what was his name here? Where was I can find it? Yeah. Now, Bud Hopkins actually had a sighting in Truro, and basically I start my book there. Back in 1964 in August, Bud Hopkins, who basically wrote the book Missing Time, UFO abductions and did all that. He actually had a sighting literally I took the first sighting that I did in my book, literally happens in the same spot Bud Hopkins saw his. Technically there have been some UFO activity, according to Bud Hopkins, back out in the end of the peninsula, basically.
Bud Hopkins, he was best known for his hypnosis that he did on alleged alien abduction cases. But one of the shows that we produce here is with Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Randle, and Kevin had Bud Hopkins' ex-wife on, and she said it was nothing but a bunch of bunk. She basically called him a con artist. Okay.
Hey, well, if it sells books.
Yeah, isn't that true? If it don't bleed, it don't lead. So why do it? So did you actually go to Cape Cod and do investigations and include the information that you obtained in your investigation into the UFO cases as well as the paranormal into your book?
Yeah, well, basically, I wrote. I live here on Cape Cod.
Okay.
So the novel is set. I write what you know, basically, and and sort of the premise of the whole thing is: what if a UFO kept coming back to the same part of the country? and it certainly attract some interesting people. And then I have it show up at the beginning of tourist season on a small peninsula as Cape Cod, and then I let the hysteria begin. And basically, I took all these, you could almost say it's sort of inspired by true events. Right off the bat, the first UFO sighting is sort of based off the Phoenix Lights from March 13th. Sorry, the V-shaped incident, because there's two things that happen on the Phoenix Lights, March 13th, right. And I was kind of thinking of like the V-shaped, and that sort of seems to be the classic shape that's seen now these days, as the V-shaped type of UFO.
Sure. It's also known as a flying wing.
Yeah. Also incorporated the Illinois UFO from January 5th, 2000, the Lebanon. Illinois UFO from St. Clair County. That's sort of a triangular shaped thing. And a bunch of cops saw that. And there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and documentaries on that. So basically you take something like that and then fly it over a decent sized population. In the book, I have it come over the Barnstable County Fair, and basically everybody sees it. So now it's not like, well, just one guy, that guy's probably, a wingnut. But the point is, okay, everyone sees it. Everyone gets it on video. And now, basically the military, there's an Air Force base here on Cape Cod. And basically, then from there, just mix everything up. Those guys are trying to deny it, as they normally would. And more people are coming to the area. I have a character sort of based on how famous Bob Lazar is. He claims that the aliens aren't in Area 51. They're actually frozen on the Otis Air Force Base. Because why? There was a crash saucer, and obviously you want to leave the aliens next to where they crashed, right? Because if they're going to come back, they got to be able to find them.
But you see, that's in contrary to what people who believe in Roswell are saying, because they're saying that the aliens were taken from Roswell and sent up to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio.
Right. I'm having fun and playing with the audience's expectation that aliens are supposed to be grays. They live in spaceships, and there's other possibilities out there. And I sort of address that in the novel.
Well, here's another possibility, that the aliens actually live in Mexico and they want to cross the wall before they get here.
We need a higher wall.
Yeah, that's true. Eh? Tell me, why do you think people are so interested in UFOs and the possibility of extraterrestrials without the smoking gun?
Yeah. Well, it's cool. Yeah. I mean, and it's certainly a big question. I think it's turned into basically folklore, because we're all now consistent. It's basically grays. Yep, standard pointy eyes, pointy head. Again, back when I was a kid in the 60s, it was always like, ooh, what do the aliens look like this time? And there was one thing where, they're kind of elephant looking. And that was the whole fun of reading about reports in the 60s. It's like, oh, it's going to be different. Let's see what happened this time. I think the Barney and Betty Hill, their aliens, have their own shape. Nope, now it's all consistently the same thing, as if, come on, can we get some interesting aliens out there? Or if we're going to make stuff up, or have a delusion, come up with something original.
Well, if you listen to David Icke, you'll understand, he talks about reptilians and how the reptilian race of aliens has impregnated is the founder of humanity. And, if you trace the Bushes back long enough, and if you trace Her Majesty in England and, the Queen, they're reptilian aliens.
My question is, well, here, I'll answer my question, but so why does it have to be a piece of biology in a container?
Well, that's
you need a thingy, controlling it. Piece of, whatever, reptilian, gray, whatever. Just coincidence that you breathe air. Why? Why? Well, why? I can answer why. Obviously, that's how we would perceive, or that's how we would think of it.
Well, why does it have to be a carbon-based unit? Why can't it be a silicon-based unit or a mercury-based unit? We assume that it's going to be carbon-based.
Right. How about this? How about the UFO itself is the alien? Basically, if it's a form of AI, why does it even have to be based on, carbon or whatever?
Exactly.
And if the alien, a solid state being. Now,
and if
not
the aliens,
that I'm saying that this is my precise belief. I'm just a disclaimer here, but here's a possibility.
Well, if the aliens are so smart, Why wouldn't they use robotic craft? Why would they have to come here themselves?
Correct. And if they are so smart, why do they keep hitting our planets? Think about it. They avoided everything. All right. They avoided, if they're going at the speed of light, they avoided every little particle. And basically, if you're either a piece of dust is traveling at the speed of light or you're traveling at the speed of light, they had to avoid every little tiny thing, but Earth got in the way. And oh, geez, Zork, look out. You hit it.
Actually, it was William Shatner who told them which map to use.
Rocket Man.
There you go. Oh, my God. I'm glad he never took up singing seriously.
He's got a bunch of albums out there. I got the last one there. He's now parodying himself. So, hey, they're fun.
Hey, well, he's a fellow Canadian, so
good day.
I give him a kudos for all the great work he's done over the years.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions out there. Like, I've talked to people who've come on the show who swear that the aliens are responsible for reverse engineering and that there was a crash. The craft is at Area 51. And they go on for if you let them for hours and hours, and then you ask them one simple question. Like, all right, if there is a reversed engineered craft, how come we're still using solid rocket fuel?
Right, and how come they didn't, realizing what it would have done to our society, would they have come back? But yes, how we think of explorers as lone individuals way out there, and oh God, the guy fell off, the guy died on the mountain, now leave him up there, we're just going to leave him there. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But when did they come back? And wouldn't it be a concern like, we really shouldn't leave our stuff there. Yeah, and they're going to probably hurt themselves with it.
You see, that's why E.T. had that dime in his pocket so he could call home and let them know where he was. Yeah. Hey, listen, you and I have got to take our news break at the bottom of the hour. Exo Nation, our guest this hour is Eric BICKERNICKS and his website, www.capecodufo.com. And Eric and I will be back on the other side of this break as we continue here in the X Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't forget, X Zone Nation, you can get the current edition of the X Chronicles newspaper that we've been publishing since January 1990 with our compliments at xchroniclesnewspaper.com. That's XCHRONICLES newspaper.com. I'm Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone. Don't go away.
They are here, and they've been here for thousands of years, making their presence known in the shadows. They might be seen by a lonely motorist on a deserted road late at night, or by a frightened and confused husband in the bedroom he is sharing with his wife. But who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Perhaps most concerning, has the government been aware of their presence all along? The new book by L.A. Marzulli, UFO Disclosure, the 70-year cover-up exposed, delves into the world of UFOs. Can full disclosure be soon? Order now and receive a free hour and 37-minute DVD on the UFO phenomenon. UFOs are real. Get both the book and the DVD, a $40 value, for only $19.99. To order your book and DVD today, go to lamarzulli.net. That's LAMARZULLI.net.
Rob McConnell here, presenting an overview for Nicholas Paul Jennings, author of a fascinating book, Amen. It presents facts revealed by Egyptologists, facts that enable us to understand why Amen is the beginning of creation of God. It provides recommendations for religious leaders of the major religions to unify their beliefs and teach the Word of God. Love one another. Amen informs people how mankind conceived God. It was the Egyptians that developed the concepts of a soul, a hereafter, and Son of God. And finally, after the worship of many gods, they conceived the belief in one universal God, the maker of all there is. For more information, visit www.futureofgodamen.com. That's www.futureofgodamen.com.
Sun goes down on a silky day, quarter moon walking through the Milky Way. Oh, you and me, baby, we could think of something to do. It's the right time of the night.
And welcome back to the X Zone. And the right time of the night is listening Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. right here on the X Zone Broadcast Network. That's Jennifer Warrens with the right time of the night here on the X Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. X Zone Nation, our guest this hour is Eric BICKERNICKS. His website is www.capecodufo.com. We talked briefly about the Phoenix Lights. What is your take on what they actually were?
Yeah, well, I was just on the wiki site, and yeah, I mean, when you first hear about it, you're like, well, first off, there's two incidences, right? Clearly, one are a bunch of flares that fall behind a mountain range in the distance. They matched up the footage. It's like, yeah, come on, yeah, look, it's clear. But then the second incident is the V-shaped thing that came over, and people were freaked out by that. On the wiki site, it said that some guy mentioned that he had some binoculars on it, and he goes, yeah, it's a formation of planes. And the feeling was, yeah, it was a bunch of Warthog planes, were dropping the flares back over in the military area there, and they flew in formation across, in that general direction, and that's what they were seeing. So that's like I said, I don't think that solves it. I'm not saying that's it, but I thought that was interesting. Like, well, yeah, okay, yeah, that's probably, that's that's probably, that's an easy answer, I guess.
Tell us about the Illinois UFO event of January the 5th.
That's interesting, where a bunch of cops saw it's a triangular shaped craft, size of a 747, basically crossed over, let me see, was it Summerfield and Highland, St. Clair County, and a bunch of those guys saw it. And there's a whole bunch of YouTube clips and some documentaries. That is kind of tricky because, like, all right. So we're saying if you have to be a skeptic, you have to just say, okay, so these cops got together and decided, hey, this is going to be, watch this. This is going to be funny. And I can't, and yeah, you would tend to believe, I mean, what's in it for the cop?
Free donuts,
right.
And coffee. There you go.
Right. So that was kind of intriguing. And I sort of have that in the beginning of my book where a bunch of cops in Truro see a similar, thing and react to it. So yeah, I find that interesting, along with, like I said, the Air Force people, pilots, the people have the more credibility to their name, basically.
Did you happen to catch the first episode of Project Blue Book?
No, and I caught a glimpse of the Lubbock Lights one there, and they show the Lubbock Lights like at 100 feet off the ground behind some tree. It's like wait. When I read the Lubbock Lights in the '60s, they had the picture, the little V-shaped thing, but it was way high up there. But again, yes, if you're trying to make it cool, let's lower that right down to 100 feet behind the trees, So I was kind of disappointed. Like, wait, I like how it's just morphing into something else.
Sure. I remember the original Project Blue Book TV series that was in the late 70s.
Right.
So here they're trying to make a comeback, and the reviews that I saw on the Hollywood Reporter and Vanity and all the other, TV Guide, 2 words: it sucked.
Okay.
Yeah. But something did catch my eye. Heaven's Gate. How does Heaven Gate with Marshall Applewhite and his cult relate to your book?
I have also who was attracted to my UFO repeated sightings over the Cape was Click. the leader of the Fornicicians UFO cult. Basically, they're waiting for the mothership to arrive so they can have sex with the aliens. Now, he's basically a combination of, like I said, Applewhite from Heaven's Gate. Again, he doesn't want to kill himself. It's also worked in with the Raelians, who obviously want to have sex with the aliens, and a dash of Billy Meyer, I think, the Swiss guy.
Billy Meyer, yeah.
He had all that cheesy 8mm footage. The Plagarians, I guess, were his aliens. That
he also used the gold diggers, the dancers from the Dean Martin show, and tried to pass them off as the Plagarians.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have him sort of representing the old school sort of, take on faking UFOs. A pie plate, and basically on the cover of my novel is a pie plate, and that kind of thing, which basically bugs the serious researchers. That how could something so basic as a pie plate be taken seriously?
Well, it has been in the Billy Meyer case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously our game has gotten a lot better, since then. So if you're going to create a fake UFO, you need a lot more than just a pie plate.
Photoshop and CGI.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
How did you, Billy Meyer? We've done extensive stories on Billy Meyer here. We've had Michael Horn on the show, who is the North American representative of the Billy Meyer cult, and then Cal Korff, who did an undercover investigation exposing Billy Meyer, because Cal actually went undercover into the compound and was there for a while as an undercover journalist. Why do you think people get sucked into these things? Like, we talked about the interest in the UFOs, and that's the general public, but when you get involved in the cult, and let's face it, the Raelians,
Right. Well, obviously there's a certain type of person that finds all that appealing. So I certainly don't think everybody, I just think the whole thing is funny of the people who want to conform or, and just be part of the group. And as a joke, the sidekick of sort of my main protagonists gets sucked into the cult. Basically, he just wants to have sex with one of the cute girls. And that sort of bugs him. Like, come on, you're dropping your ideals. You're joining a UFO cult. And these guys were trying to be all about, taking UFO stuff seriously.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, the guy just wants to,
Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen the girls that are Raelians?
Yes, I've seen some footage.
Oh my God!
I'll join for a day, sure.
Yeah, very attractive young ladies. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so we talked about. Let me see. We talked about UFOs. We've talked about the Phoenix Lights, Bud Hopkins. Well, like getting back to Hopkins, because, he was kind of a legend in his own little specific area. Right. And it seems that the oldies and goldies are not heard of anymore. Like, nobody hears about, let me see. I was just talking, Seth Shostak. He's around, but he's kind of doing his own thing these days. Daryl Sims, he's doing his own thing, and I think he's now selling real estate. Travis Walton, well, Travis is still going around saying that he was abducted by aliens.
Well, Bob Lazar has a comeback, right? Didn't he have a whole documentary, something about him?
I don't know if he did. I missed it. And here's something very interesting about Lazar's case with all his claims about Area 51.
Right.
I had T.D. Barnes on, a contractor from the CIA who was contracted from the Army into the CIA, and this is well documented. The guy is legitimate. And he worked on a couple of CIA Defense Department projects for the lunar missions, as well as the X-15 and other projects. And I asked him point blank. I said, "What is it with aliens, Area 51? What is there any truth to it?" He said, "The public provided their own cover story."
Right.
I said, "Well, while you were there, did you see any UFOs or aliens?" He said, "Rob, no." And yet when you read a book by Annie Jacobson, who talked about exposing Area 51, one of the CIA operatives was misquoted. She asked him if something to do with extraterrestrials or something of that context, and he said in a joke, "Yeah, they're here." And she published it as a fact. So when you've got this going on, it's no wonder the people that are trying to get some semblance of sanity when it comes to the UFOs and everything else, they get a little bogged up because, let's face it, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, the internet is the largest septic tank that mankind ever made because there's more crap in it than there is anything else.
Well, it's funny. I was mentioning that basically to somebody else. Let me quick little side story because what what it's doing basically is allowing anyone with their own little opinion, or we'll say crackpot theory, to actually network up with other crackpots or people with whatever viewpoints. Okay, the correct way, the polite way, should we say it? But I remember back in the '80s, right? Yeah. I was invited onto our radio show to talk about UFOs. I was sort of the resident skeptic, and we had a small group of friends who were into the whole UFO science thing.
Right.
So I went on the show, and I know it was a tiny little, and I literally put this in my book as is.
All right, listen, hold on here, buddy. We're going to have to take our final break because I want to hear the whole story. Right. When I come back, my tribute to all of you UFO believers on the other side of this news break. It's a little song that I really love, and this is going to be dedicated, when we come back, this bumper, to everyone who believes in UFOs. I'm Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone, and my guest this hour is Eric BICKERNICKS.
BICKERNICKS.
Good Irish name. Yeah, Eric BICKERNICKS. And the website is CapeCodUFO.com. We'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
You have heard of the X Zone? Now watch it on Simul TV, plus 500 video games, live TV channels, free video on demand, worldwide, and more. Does this sound like tomorrow's television? Well, it is, but you can have it today, right now. It is Simul TV. Simul TV offers what the others only wish they could provide. 15 exclusive channels like X Zone, sci-fi, and horror. We are worldwide. No other provider offers that. 500 built-in video games. No need to have an extra expensive system. We have them included. Free video on demand. Live streaming events from around the world. Interactive online network, and much more. Tomorrow's TV today. Simul TV. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. You can have Simul TV today. Sign up at simultv.com. Do it today.
They are here, and they've been here for thousands of years, making their presence known in the shadows. They might be seen by a lonely motorist on a deserted road late at night, or by a frightened and confused husband in the bedroom he is sharing with his wife. But who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Perhaps most concerning, has the government been aware of their presence all along? The new book by Ellie Marzulli, UFO Disclosure, the 70-year cover-up exposed, delves into the world of UFOs. Can full disclosure be soon? Order now and receive a free hour and 37-minute DVD on the UFO phenomenon. UFOs are real. Get both the book and the DVD, a $40 value, for only $19.99. To order your book and DVD today, go to lamarzulli.net. That's LAMARZULLI.net.
So I was watching the X Zone TV channel last night when I was abducted by aliens, and they kept repeating to me over and over again, simultv.com, simultv.com.
What's simultv.com?
That's what I asked them. They had it written on the side of their UFO.
How do you spell that?
UFO.
No, I mean simultv.com.
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 Right. simultv.com.
Interesting that you were abducted by aliens in a simultv.com UFO last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I remember now last night I was awakened from a deep sleep. My great-grandmother was standing there. She said she come from the hereafter to tell me about SimulTV.com. She even spelled it out for me.
SIMULTV.com, sonny boy.
SIMULTV.com.
SIMULTV.com, sonny boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll never guess what my psychic guru just told me.
SIMULTV.com.
Exactly. Are you guys psychic too?
Of course.
We all know about SimulTV.com. SIMULTV.com.
Well, I just got back from Roswell, where the aliens have been. And if you ask the feds the cause, well, they'll only lie again. Now I'm hunted by the gumshoes, and I'm wanted by the cops, 'cause they think that I might be the guy making circles in the crops. And I know that there's a conspiracy from the voices in my head. Elvis lives, that's clear to me. It's McCartney who is dead. And if the Mars men should come again and take me, I will go. I will take a trip on their rocket ship. God bless the UFO. Give JFK this message. It's the Cuban Army's fault. And I know that Dave Koresh is alive inside a vault. We've seen reports in papers of a guy who knows about a car that runs on chewing gum, but the Arabs rubbed him out. And we loudly warn that America is badly unprepared. With the Cold War through, we need something new that can get you good and scared. You wonder just who is warning you of conspiracies today. We're the ones who fill the rumor mill. We are the CIA.
Ah, there we go. God bless the UFO. I haven't played that in a while. Yeah, you've got to wonder. You really have to wonder with every, like I don't know when there's been another time in history, and maybe you can help me out here, Eric, where there has been so much attention paid by so many on the weird, the strange, the mysterious, the incredible. Like, we've got monster hunters, we've got ghost hunters, we've got Bigfoot hunters, we've got UFO hunters, alien hunters. Like, what's going on?
Well, it's cool stuff, isn't it? I mean, basically, how much, what else is there to basically, well, how much of the unknown is there still unknown,
Well, I think there's quite a bit, And,
well, yeah.
And people ask me, Rob, you've been doing your show now for 30 years, 5 nights a week, do the numbers. I think I've had over 5,000 individual guests over the years. Everybody from Neil Armstrong to, we even had Goober from Gomer Pyle on, George Lindsay.
What about Buzz? Do you have Buzz?
Oh, yeah, we've had Aldrin on, and we've also had Mitchell.
Yeah. Can I say that was the greatest punch ever when he hit that guy doing all that? Accusing him.
That's right. That was Sabril.
I stood up and saluted. That was like such like yes. He deserves, or he's allowed to punch anybody who he wants.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that was kind of, but just knowing Sabril, as I don't know if that was set up or what. I'm not, the jury's out on that one.
Okay.
The jury's out on that one because, Buzz Aldrin himself lately isn't playing with 52 cards in the deck.
Right.
I don't know.
You get older. Come on.
Yeah. Is that what I have to look forward to? It's just like Paul Hellyer. Paul Hellyer, the former defense minister of Canada, right? He is also the deputy prime minister. So you've got a dual portfolio here. You're you're head of the Department of Defense for Canada, and if anything happened to Prime Minister Trudeau, then he would have taken over. And when Trudeau was out of the country, he was kind of the head honcho of the Liberal Party back then. But here he is, while he's in office, and I interviewed him, and I said, because now he's on this UFO kick, He's a great proponent for UFOs. And I asked him point blank. I said, Mr. Hellier, during your tenure as Minister of Defense, did you see any UFO files cross your desk? Now, if you're the Defense Minister for Canada and there's UFO traffic over Canada, don't you think the Minister of Defense would actually know this? His answer was, no. I wasn't interested in UFOs until after I retired and read the book by Philip Corso, Day After Roswell.
Gee, I'm blanking already here. On which president, one of our presidents, said he actually looked into it. Bill Clinton, I believe, actually admitted, I was looking into it. Yep, I wanted to get to the bottom of it. And
then Hillary said no.
So, well, yeah, come on.
Yeah, because it was probably funded by the Clinton Foundation.
well, technically, these are temporary employees, right? So, of the president. So, yeah. If you're going to keep it secret, you certainly want to tell them, since they'll be,
Well, you know what?
Long gone.
Here's another thing I can't understand. Every country in the world breaks into every other country's database. We know hacking goes on. It's no big secret. So let's say that I am a country that is not a friend of the United States. And if I wanted to cause civil unrest within hours, all I would need to do is break into that computer bank, find the information of UFOs, and publish them. That would show that the government had been lying to the people since at least 1947, right? That hasn't happened.
Or how about there's just nothing there?
Exactly. Exactly.
I had fun with that with one of my characters here from the Air Force Base who eventually everybody goes there and starts accusing them. You're covering it up. It's like, well, how do I explain to you people that, if there are no leprechauns, and I tell you there are no leprechauns, you insist, how am I going to explain to you that there is no cover-up? There's no leprechauns here.
But that's an interesting point you've brought up. There are more people who believe in leprechauns than believe in UFOs and aliens. I think it's got something to do with the Guinness myself, but...
Or Lucky Charms. Oh, yeah.
They're magically delicious.
Yes.
There's something that is strange. And I'm going to give somebody out there a $1 billion idea right here, right now. And I've been known to do this.
Right.
A UFO cereal.
A
alien.
TV show, basically, you're saying.
No. A cereal, breakfast cereal.
Oh, okay. Well, they had it already. Where have you been? The Quisp and Quake, Quisp guy, right, from the 60s? He was an alien. It was a little U-shaped... Boy, I'm that old, aren't I? That's like, there was, Sorry, it's been done.
Really?
Yeah.
I do...
Quisp and Quake. It might have been an American thing then. Did you get...
No, we didn't get that up here in Canada, but what we did get was macaroni in the shape of rocket ships.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Quisp and Quake. It was from the 60s. Yeah. Really? It's got to be on the internet someplace. So.
Was that the one Bruce Jenner was on when he was a man before he changed? Maybe that's what had happened. Wait a sec.
No, this predates that.
Wait a sec. How's this? Conspiracy theory. Bruce Jenner was actually an extraterrestrial. That's why he changed from man to woman. He's a shapeshifter. Only here on the X Zone. And the worst part is it's only Tuesday. There's a whole week to go more.
What happens tomorrow?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I go home at night and my wife says, "So, honey, who are your guests tonight?" I don't know. Doing the show for so long, it's not that I don't enjoy my guests. Don't get me wrong. I cherish every guest we have on, because without the guests coming on, I wouldn't be employed for the past 30 years. But I have to purge because 20 guests a week,
right?
You got to purge. Plus, this isn't my only gig. Like, I produce TV shows and other radio shows, and it's like, go.
So when you say purge, are you saying that the ratio from the skeptics to believers is lopsided, or?
No. It certainly is. The skeptics certainly tilt the balance in their favor. Believers, you know what? I've seen over the years, and this is something that I have the luxury of doing, is looking at the trends over the years.
Right.
And the trend goes up and down when it comes to UFOs, ghosts. But you know where it stays high? Angels. People love angels. And they're always in the top 3.
Well, yeah, well, obviously that just confirms your religious belief. I mean, right? I mean, so that's what you want. Yeah, angels.
Exactly.
I would love to have angels. That's, along with aliens, Bigfoot, it's all, yes, love it. Now, do I want to go believe it? Well, that's a whole separate thing.
Well, since an angel isn't from Earth, and the angel has wings and descends to the planet, doesn't that make them extraterrestrials?
Yeah, basically.
How come nobody thinks of that? I don't know.
Now, but at the same time, so the whole business of ghosts and things.
Yeah.
So you can't be an atheist and believe in ghosts, right? I mean, so basically, when you say, well, the whole spooky, this paranormal stuff, it's like, well, hold on. So this is just confirming your belief, in an afterlife, i.e. God and all that.
Right.
So it seems like if you're going to have people studying the paranormal, shouldn't they at least be atheists? So it's like, okay, good. That's my default position is not true. Okay, let me find something.
Well, wait a sec.
Versus just confirming what you believe in.
Well, you see, because if you're a Christian and you're a paranormal investigator, your religion is based on the #1 top-selling paranormal book in the world.
Right.
Because, you've got the Holy Ghost, and you've got Ezekiel's Wheel, and you've got us being run out of time. Listen, I want to thank you so much for joining us, Nick. Great pleasure talking to you. I wish you much success, and Exonation, if you'd like to find out more about our guest this hour, Eric BICKERNICKS, visit his website, CapeCodUFO.com. This is the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell. I'll be back after the news at 6.5 minutes past the top of the hour. Don't go away.
Happy like an old-time movie. I'll tell you about the magic and the free your soul, but it's like trying to tell a stranger about a rock and roll. If you believe in magic, don't bother to choose if it's jug and music or rhythm and blues. Just go and listen. It'll start with a smile that won't wipe off your face, no matter how hard you try. Your feet start tapping and you can't seem to find how you got there. So just blow your mind.
They are here, and they've been here for thousands of years, making their presence known in the shadows. They might be seen by a lonely motorist on a deserted road late at night, or by a frightened and confused husband in the bedroom he is sharing with his wife. But who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Perhaps most concerning, has the government been aware of their presence all along? The new book by L.A. Marzulli, UFO Disclosure, the 70-year cover-up exposed, delves into the world of UFOs. Can full disclosure be soon? Order now and receive a free hour and 37-minute DVD on the UFO phenomenon. UFOs are real. Get both the book and the DVD, a $40 value, for only $19.99. To order your book and DVD today, go to lamarzulli.net. That's LAMARZULLI.net.
If you are looking for a safe, zero-calorie natural option to the harmful artificial sweeteners on the market today, Just Like Sugar is what you're looking for. Just Like Sugar is a wonderful natural alternative for those health-conscious people who choose a calorie-restricted diet with a great, pure, sweet flavor that tastes just like sugar. Just Like Sugar is a great natural option for people suffering from diabetes and may be useful in restricted diet programs where standard sugars are not allowed and does not cause a laxative effect of some other sweeteners. Just Like Sugar comprises a perfect blend of chicory root fiber, natural calcium, natural vitamin C, and Just Like Sugar's sweetness comes from the natural flavors from the peel of the orange. Just Like Sugar is a natural alternative to harmful artificial sweeteners and will change the way that you believe all natural sweetener products taste. Just Like Sugar is available at your local Whole Foods markets, Wild Oats markets, Henry's, Sun Harvest, and many other fine natural food stores in the U.S., Canada, and worldwide.
You have heard of the X Zone? Now watch it on Simul TV, plus 500 video games, live TV channels, free video on demand, worldwide, and more. Does this sound like tomorrow's television? Well, it is, but you can have it today, right now. It is Simul TV. Simul TV offers what the others only wish they could provide. 15 exclusive channels like X-Zone, Sci-Fi, and Horror. We are worldwide. No other provider offers that. 500 built-in video games. No need to have an extra expensive system. We have them included. Free video on demand. Live streaming events from around the world. Interactive online network, and much more. Tomorrow's TV today. Simul TV. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. You can have Simul TV today. Sign up at simultv.com. Do it today.